Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show. I love this show. It's just going so fast. My next guest, she has a very interesting journey. Anna Maier, did I pronounce that right? Maier, I apologize, is with me, and she is the CEO and founder of Global Real Estate Services. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so how did this begin for you?
Well, it always started in 1999 when my husband came home and said, honey, we're moving. I'm like, wow, exciting, where we're moving to.
And you're in Brazil, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And he goes and say, we're moving to Frisco, Texas. And I'm like, Frisco, Texas, oh my God, let me look in the map. And I barely could find. So we made the move from São Paulo, Brazil, to Frisco, Texas. And it has been 18 years.
What was the population when you got there?
In Frisco, it was 20,000 people.
Wow. Just like a little Main Street at that point.
Yes. So 2 lanes on Main Street, 2 lanes on the Dallas Tollway, no El Dorado Parkway, no Teal, no Legacy, nothing.
And there weren't a lot of Brazilians in Frisco, Texas at that point, were there?
No, back then, no. And it was funny because I did volunteer a lot at my kids' school, and people just knew who I was just because of my color skin and my accent. They were like, oh, there's the Brazilian lady.
That's wonderful. Okay, so how did you get into real estate?
Well, I have to tell you a bit of a story until I get there. So my background is chemistry. I'm a chemist. And in Brazil, I used to work with the beauty industry formulating products.
Cool.
So I have something to relate with one of our guests here today, Susan. And this is what I did back in Brazil. When I moved here, I didn't work because our kids were little, and I decided to stay home and take care of them. I volunteered at their school. And they, some of the teachers that I got to meet, they suggested that I should try to teach chemistry because there was a huge need for science and math teachers. And this is what I did. I got my chemistry certification, and I was teaching high school chemistry at in Frisco SD at Wakeland High School. Mm-hmm. And I did that for about 5 years, and then one day, this opportunity to become a realtor came up, and I thought, well, I never thought about becoming a realtor, but let me give it a try. I love challenges. I absolutely love challenges. So I decided to give it a try, and it was a lot of fun. So I started my career in 2010, and I've been a top realtor in my office for 4 years in a row now. And I'm extremely happy because my business is really help people.
Anna Maier is my guest. She's the CEO and founder of Global Real Estate Services. So one of your specialties is really reaching out to foreign nationals or having helping people from other countries relocate here.
Yes. Just like me, when I came, I was very fortunate. Actually, my husband and I, we were so fortunate to work with a realtor that not only she was not interested in just showing us a home or interested in her commission check. She was really interested in helping us to settle and to find a place that we could call home. And it helped us, and it actually helped me to feel that way, to feel that Frisco, Texas was now home. And with that in mind, when I became a realtor, I said, I want to do exactly that. I want to help people that move here, either from other states or from other countries, and they will rely on a professional that is not really interested in the commission check or what kind of house they can buy, but will help them make choices. Will bring clients the data that they need, like what are the different districts, what is the difference between certain cities, and all the information that we can provide to help them make good decisions for them and for their future. And this is what I love to think that I do.
I love it. Well, I can tell for those of you who will be watching this on YouTube later, you're getting emotional. You love this, don't you?
I do. I absolutely love this, and I think that my success is basically that people can feel that on me, and I have several repeated clients. And my business today is basically based on referral, and I'm very proud to say it because, again, if I was not really doing this from my heart, I don't think my clients would refer me. And they do. They do it all the time. And they make fun. They say, oh, you're going to love her accent. And I think it's pretty cool. I do enjoy this.
So what is it like working with you? What's the first thing? When you sit down with a couple who's shopping for a home, what do you do?
Well, the first thing that I do, and it's extremely important to me, is just sit down with them, have a meeting, usually in my office because I like it that professional setting, because this is when I'm going to assess all their needs and their wants. And we're going to be talking, and I'll be listening, basically just listening to everything that they can convey to me about their thoughts, needs, and so on. Then we will get into that conversation about what's your price point, do you have a loan, do you have a pre-approval letter, all those conversations that honestly I don't like that much because, again, that is just part of the business, but it's not where my passion is. And once this whole, all those points are defined, then we would be ready to start looking. And I also enjoy showing homes. I think it's fun. And I've taken clients, just so you have an idea, Jeff, I've taken clients by their hand and say, you're not buying this house. And they would look at me and say, but it's a great house. I said, no, it's not. Let me tell you why it's not. And I feel entitled to that because, again, I want to be the person that they will be thankful for helping them to find a great place in a great city. Yes. So I've been taking clients out of a deal if I think it's not going to be a good thing for them and their families. I don't know.
I think that's beautiful because I think so many realtors approach their business differently than you and say, well, what's the biggest house I can get them into because I want a large commission? But that's not you, is it?
It's not me. This is not what I do. Actually, I don't like to say that I'm a realtor, but bottom line, sure, I am. But I like to say that my job is really to help people. I love to help people get into their dream homes. And it's not going to be based on price point. It's going to be based on really on the place that they feel their heart is going to be.
What's your favorite story so far in your career? Are you thinking of a family that you helped along the way?
I've helped, just to give you a number so you will have an idea, about 80 families so far in a little over 7 years. And they're, like I said, most of them, they have a repeated business. They sold properties with me. They bought new ones with me. But I think my favorite is going to be this couple. I'm not going to say their names because I didn't ask for permission. But if they're listening, they will know who they are. This couple, they were leasing a home that I was selling. This is how we met. So when that home sold, they hired me to help them find a home. So we bought a home. We actually built a home, and they moved into that house. It was their very first home as a couple. A few years later, they called me to come over and list that house because they were ready to go to a bigger home. So we sold that one, and just now we closed on their second home with me. And the day of our closing, the husband looked at me and said, Anna, we really, really like you. And because of that, I'm going to give you a name of a coworker who is now on the market because he wants to sell his house and he wants to buy a bigger home. I'm like, well, this is so fantastic. Thank you so much. But that's just a story on how, yes, like I told you, just how they appreciate what I do.
Yes.
And I'm so thankful to have these kind of people in my life. And again, not because of the commission check, but because They come to my client appreciation parties, and they're always excited about when December comes because they know we're going to have a party and we're going to see each other, and I'm going to see their kids grown like a year later. So it's a lot of fun. It's so much fun.
Well, you touched my heart by sharing your heart with my listeners. Give everybody your website.
Yes, it's www.maiergroup.net. And Maier, it spells as MAIER, GROUP as in Peter.com. Actually, .net, I'm sorry. Okay. MaierGroup.net.
Outstanding. Thank you, and please come back again.
I will. Thank you so much for having me, Jeff.
You bet. Coming up next, people are so afraid to go to the dentist. Sometimes it's like pulling teeth to get them to make an appointment. But my next guest is changing the dental experience. That's next on The Jeff Crilley Show.
More of The Jeff Crilley Show coming up.